son with him and went to my chamber to rest. And then, in my room, a second son arrived. The second born he was first conceived, the oldest and true heir. But what my husband loved in one he could not abide in two. There could not be two kings of France. Do you understand, Father? But now, these old crows are dead.
You're not dead yet.
Do not interrupt us, priest. Now that I am dead, let my young bird fly his nest of thorns. These 10 long years, my son has been locked in the Bastille under the name of Valierre. He is the twin of Louis, identical in every way. He wears a mask of iron. He is twice imprisoned. I beg you, release him. Bring him to his destiny. Ask him not to hate me too much. I was but a girl when he was born.
I shall do all I can, Your Majesty.
You shall do it. If you can or not, I command. No. Turn away. Let a lady die in the bushes.
Her Majesty is with God.
It's about time. I mean, considering how my poor mother suffered.
Now that his mother's dead, there'll be no stopping him.
Shh. Are you mad?
He'll do as he wants with Valierre, too. There's no old fox to stop the young rooster now.
Quiet. Do you want to feel the rope as well?
Oh, my dear husband. I think the King Louis has other things in mind for me.
I hope I've not taken you from your prayers.
My prayers are ever with me.
Is it you who hears the confession of one who wears a mask of iron?
Yes, there is such an unfortunate.
When do you see him again?
Tonight.
I should like to take your place.
In the Bastille? Ah, great prelate, is this a penance you perform for Christ?
No, for France. Then he discovers the unthinkable. A pathetic young resident with rodents for friends, who has decided against all odds to make himself at peace.
I do not need you, Father Confessor. I was visited already, and not much has happened to me since.
I have an important revelation.
Oh, then listen, sit down, monsieur.
If I may inquire, how does the Bastille agree with you?
Very well.
How long have you been here?
I do not know.
Do you not suffer?
No.
Have you nothing to regret?
No.
Not even liberty?
What do you call liberty, monsieur?
Well, I call liberty the flowers, the light, the stars, the happiness of going where the quick legs of a young man might carry him.
I have in that Japanese vase 2 flowers. They're roses. Roses are the most beautiful of flowers. Do you want me to wish for the flowers? If flowers constitute liberty, then I'm free, for I possess the most beautiful of all.
Be it so. But perhaps you are forgetting God.
Of what use is it to talk to a prisoner of God, monsieur? I have nothing to say to a man who will not understand that a prisoner ought to be mistrustful of everyone, even God.
But every prisoner has committed a crime. What crime have you committed?
As my conscience does not accuse me, I'm not a criminal.
What do you explain to yourself then about why you are here?
I say that if I were to think any further, I would go mad, or understand a great deal.
But if I could, I would take your hand and kiss it.
Kiss the hand of a prisoner? Woo-hoo.
Have you ever seen your own face?
How would I see my own face?
In September 1638, our dear Queen Anne gave France a boy. While the king and court were rejoicing, though, she went to her room alone, and there she gave birth to a second son, a twin. The secret infant was taken from the palace and hidden in the north of France. When he was old enough to be a threat to the king, his tutor was assassinated, and he was removed to the Bastille.
Stop staring and put it on!
Where he was locked in an iron mask.
Please, it's too heavy. I can't lift it.
So high. I'm lost.
On the contrary, you are found, Your Majesty.
Please come down.
Count D'Artagnan, you startled me.
Forgive me.
I heard you're back from North Africa. I'm sure Papa would be glad to see you.
I am back, my men are back, but Athos says he's leaving to join the new army.
To join the new army? Have you seen it?
Plainly as I see you.
And the fleet?
I saw it all.
Did you know, Count D'Artagnan, if Athos goes off to war, it'd be a great sin upon my conscience. I should have to enter a nunnery.
Nunnery? A waste of beauty such as yours?
I shall have committed a sin.
What sin?
I shall have loved a man whose love for me would deprive him of his freedom and his life, and yet I said yes to him again and again.
You're not expected to know everything at your age.
But I expect myself to honor what I do know. If Athos goes off to war for my sake, it'll kill him.
That is probably true.
It'll kill me as well. It was kind of you to visit. Have you anything else to say to me?
I say Count Athos hasn't finished packing.
Thank you.
Playing Cupid for Athos?
You priests do like to skulk around, don't you?
Would you like to do something to help?
It's in God's hands.
Then let's help him get a grip on it.
How so, Bishop?
Athos' unhappiness, our country's suffering, all flow from the decrees of one man.
So?
If that man were a different man, we'd all be living different fates.
Is this theology or rebellion?
What if I told you that Louis of France is not the true inheritor of the throne? That there is another far different man than he. An artist, a dreamer, a poet.
I would caution you stepping towards treason or beheading, and since we fight and drink together while I fornicate for the both of us, put me in a position of either having to arrest you or hide you.
D'Artagnan, you know me as a brother. Know now that last night I met the true King of France. Twin to Louis, born of the same womb, locked up these 10 years behind a metal mask.
Speak softly, Aramis, by day the little birds may hear you, by night the rats.
The head governs the man, my friend. We shall change the head and liberate the people and the soul of France.
Aramis, you're speaking of civil war and crimes of high treason. I'm sworn before God to protect the king I know, by life and honor. Do not compromise our friendship. A sleeping king's alive may save your life.
Your honor ennobles us all. Thank you for listening, Captain.